business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Inspiration, motivation takes. Listen to the pod.
Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. Hey, every episode is an invitation, a reminder that business and life isn't just about profit, it's about purpose. It's about showing up with a servant's heart in every deal, every decision, every day to make a powerful impact on others. My guest today, I've just known him for a few weeks now, and we've become brothers from another mother. We're so aligned, but you're going to get lit up like crazy today. He's going to motivate you. He's going to challenge you, which we all need to be. He's challenged me over these weeks. And more importantly, you're going to walk away with tools that inspire that action both in your life and in the lives of others. You can give gifts back to others. Before we dive in, here's your homework. How are you going to serve yourself and others today? Start serving today. Listen to this podcast and go serve somebody. I don't care. It doesn't have to be a big impact. Even a small act of kindness or courage can change the game. Say somebody's name when you walk into a grocery store, restaurant. There's so many cool ways you can do it. Start doing it today. So let's lean in. Let's take some notes. Got my pen here. If you're on YouTube, you can see that. Let's discover how servant leadership in business can create these cool ripple effects that last far beyond the bottom line. Quick shout out to my sponsor, Epic Impact, the only universal, emotionally resonant messaging framework that works anywhere for any audience. This 4-step system transforms how I pitch, post, and podcast. I engage, persuade, inspire, and close with clarity. I use this daily, and boy, by God, it works. Grab your free trial at epicimpact.ai with promo code Steve, starting inspiring action today. And quick shout out, we hit top 20 small business marketing podcast. It's because of my incredible guests like today. We're going to really help us make impact. And you audience, you're sharing this out. I thank you from the bottom of my heart because it means a lot. With that being said, let's jump right in. I'm going to do this differently because I usually have some notes and stuff, but we had such a great conversation 3 or 4 weeks ago. We went overtime, and that's when you know you've connected with somebody. So let's welcome Mike to the podcast. Welcome to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart, Mike.
Oh, Steve, this is how, I am honored. I'm trying to behave, but, not here. This is Dr. Phil. I'm just a good old boy from Kentucky until Steve Ramona finds you. Oh, I'm honored to be here, brother. Appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate that. And our alignment is so incredible. But talk about your whole purpose and why is connecting people. Why is that?
It was the last thing on my radar. As a lot of folks listening, I'm sure they're like, yeah, I didn't sign up for this, and never in a million years would I think I'd be doing this. Right, Steve? Preaching to the choir. So just a long story short, if I ever had one, all passion and no clue. That's the best way to sum it. I grew up as a child in the 80s, right? We didn't have the internet. You were confined, and especially in the country where I come from, and whatever's in the bookstore or whatever's in the library. And so it's a hard place to live when you really want to be somebody, do something special. You grew up dirt poor. You can't even burn dirt. And so I live with that I don't know how to describe it. It's just, it's torturous. And so I've done a lot. I got rejected a lot. The little engine who probably wouldn't would be the best theme of it. And then just a series of events just happened in the last few years. And it just totally just changed my outlook. And it had more to do, or just as much to do with business as life, inside the inner struggle we all deal with, right? And we think we're weird and we're the only ones, as much as it did with business. But the long story short, Steve, is I thought I was defective. I did all the sales courses. I have 2 college degrees, overly educated pink neck, and nothing worked for me until I stumbled upon, a different way and realized I wasn't alone. And then it just gave rise to the Hounds of Business on accident. No matter how hard I tried to say no to it, didn't want to do it. It just like fill the dreams, man, build it and they will come. So it was really built out of pain and struggle. And I don't want to see other people going down that route, man. And they are. And that's a dadgum shame, right?
Servant's heart coming out. That's we build with passion. It's going to be a servant's heart. Yeah, there's value. There's money we need to make. That's part of this equation. But if you put the purpose and passion first, everything falls, including the money. Talk about Hounds. You're so excited about it. Every time I talk to you, you're so excited. What's this all about?
Again, my whole life, Steve, people can probably relate to this. You know, I was, they tried to get this dog to meow, right? If you want to be successful in business and do things, do it this way. You have to do it this way, right? Most of it was direct sales. Most of it was, persuasion. And I'm not knocking it, folks. It, if it works for you, I'm jealous. No kidding. My hairline fell out trying to get good at it. So, but it just didn't work for me. And so when I dared to go out, I met this crazy cage fighter from Chicago. I won't go through the whole story. I got a call for that. But I was at despair. I had finally built a six-figure business supporting vice presidents of other financial offices. Uh, and then I was redneck George Jefferson, Steve. And then all of a sudden, COVID and a few things happened, and I found myself with a family, very little money, zero income, and devastated about 3 Christmases ago. And like those things happen, right? This person came out of nowhere, virtually nowhere, and he was an influencer on LinkedIn, right? I didn't know how to do the things I love to do. I love to go out there and build value, create real relationship business marriages, right? I didn't like the business one night stand stuff, right? I didn't like the transaction, but I had no clue of how to do it online, like a lot of folks during COVID. So I'll speed it up by saying this. It was like Michael Jordan, the MJ, the GOAT, right? We all know he was the GOAT in basketball, but remember when he went to baseball? Sox fans still mad about it, right? And that's how it is for a lot of us. And that's essentially how the Hounds got started. How are you supposed to win a game in this arena, right? The business game, the entrepreneur game, if you don't know the rules to the game and how it's played. And lo and behold, from my naivety and desperation, to be honest, I had nothing to lose. I said, I'm just done. If I can't build a business somehow, some way from the inside out, from attraction base to bringing value, I hate all these tactics being told that I have to do. And if I can't do that, then I'm going to be a rodeo clown or something I could be successful at. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so that's how that story, without getting into the whole hour, really unfolded, that I wasn't alone. Like I said, other people were better at hiding it. As I got more vulnerable, open, I started reverse engineering things that worked that people said wouldn't work, but they did work, right? And this thing just started snowballing. But we put the horse before the cart. We connected on a human level. Before we're business people, Steve, we're people. And that was the cheat code that I had no idea I stumbled upon about 3 years ago. And then it kind of morphed into what you see today. Redneck, Camelot. That's how we call the Hounds of Business community behind the scenes, because it truly is something special. I mean, we have folks like you who, built from ground up, and now you're there, but you reach back and you pull other people with you. And that has called a stir. And we're blessed to have a lot of great people, a lot of opportunities. And we don't want to see people fall through the cracks. I mean, they're out here taking the hits. They want to improve cancer survivor rates. They want to go out there and master equality and make a dent in the things that they suffered through or their loved ones suffered through. But they won't, because they don't have the people, resource, support to get it done. And that's where we were born. And it is absolutely astonishing, every day surreal to say, wow, this ain't a job. Get out of here. This is a privilege. It's absolute dream, Steve.
Living the passion. That's what's so powerful about you, and that you pulling people along is a perfect audience. Write that down. Pulling people along with you. It's powerful. Well, let's talk about mentorship. You mentioned mentor. How important is a mentor for the audience?
It life-changing. None of this, mark my words, none of the successes, opportunities, being on this show. I mean, it's a high honor. Let me tell you how I didn't do it. I didn't do it alone. I didn't do it by sending cold DMs and all the traditional methods. Not knocking it, just a lot of us out there not working for you either. And I did it through others. I did it by genuinely developing relationships, leading with curiosity, number one, value, number two. It's like dating, Steve. I see no difference between good dating and good marketing. Because think about it. If a lot of the folks out there pulled the same thing in dating as they did in marketing, they'd all be single. And I don't understand it. So again, I don't get it. So that was it. Mentorship. I had people in my life like Tanya Eberhardt. She was really the person that helped me embrace the Redneck connector voice, Redneck financial coach at the time. And, a beautiful thing, once she poured into me, I didn't have a lot. I didn't have anything, to be honest. And she saw something in me, Steve. And you know her, right? Amazing, brilliant, high level as they come. And you know what? Without getting into the weeds, I was able to return the favor. She helped me get up there, pulled me up that mountain, like you just said. And then I got to reciprocate that and help her increase her bottom line and revenue and contacts. And you know what? That's a very attractive thing. You don't have to sell that. Look, that's like saying, hey, I got a bottle of water. You're in the desert, with thirst. Where's the sales pitch? That's what we're on to. I hated the sales pitch. Now I don't need one, Steve. I just go out there and love on the right people, bring value, be intentional, and keep planting seeds. Some grow now, some grow later. So what? Right?
Yeah.
That took all the pressure off of me, and I have to be perfect. I have to speak well and all of that jazz. And instead, learn how to build an ecosystem with amazing, like-minded, aligned people that will push me up and fill the holes in the boat. I don't have to be great at this. I got a Dr. CJ that's great at that. I'll go get her to do it. She'll call me and we'll do it. Oh, that kind of thing, Steve. So mentorship, insane. I can go on and on and on, but listen to people, especially high value people that give you their ear. That is worth gold, more than gold, folks.
So you've struggled, and thank you for sharing your story. That's a tough story, especially with a family. It's much different when the family is single. It's still a struggle, but there's a lot more pressure. I know a lot. I know people listening know a lot of people struggling. I talked to a lady this morning that's struggling. What's a piece of advice you give them if they're struggling right now?
Twofold. You're not alone. Again, I can't say it enough. People are just either not ready or hiding it, right? I go to Facebook or social media, and I'm the only guy who has rowdy kids waking up late with the toilet clogged. That's not true, but that's what we see. And number two, folks, I really believe this. If you're doing everything you can to increase your marketing and you're investing in process and all of these things, and it's still not working, let me tell you something I learned the hard way from the School of Hard Knocks. You can have the best sales script, people, team, funnel, but let me tell you something. If you don't believe it, 1,000% inside of you, you're bleeding at probably at least 50% of your sales. That's what I've saw. So my encouragement to people out there, whether you're already doing well and you're just pivoting, entering a new arena, or you're starting off with dirt like me, do the inner work. Take personal responsibility for everything in your life. Boy, that is a nasty thing. But let me tell you something. It's worth it. There's light in the tunnel as well as out of that journey, outside of that tunnel. So here's what that means. I used to get mad. Let's be honest. Well, how could that man send me that silly email? You know what it is now? What am I doing to cause that man to think that's okay? That's how let me put this nicely. I've learned the art of turning dog poo into fertilizer. Things that were meant to challenge, break me. Oh my goodness, that victim mentality. And I'm not saying things don't happen to you. I'm not saying that. I'm not minimizing the suffering of things that are out of your control. What I'm saying is you maybe not know it yet. Maybe you've been denying it, but you're powerful beyond belief if you're just willing to dive into that. And you know what? That's the only reason people listen, because I have nothing clean and I'm not the most polished. But when I speak from experience, and I only speak because I know, hey, I drove off the cliff. Maybe you'll listen to me. Maybe I can help you not drive off that cliff. That's the only reason people hire me. I failed more times than they tried, Steve. So that's it. Take responsibility. Understand you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose your old pieces of your old life, your old mentality, but you're trading up. You're trading up. It's like investing. It's only going to get better. So if you're out there in that pivot zone, what's happening to me? Yeah, that's why we built the Hounds. So you got a whole bunch of other people say, yep, I've been there before. Right.
Community tribes are big, and you're building a huge tribe. So let me ask you then, what I'm hearing from you is I'm a CEO of $100 million company, CPA company. Let's just say it's a CPA agency. I'm not happy. I'm not passionate, but I'm passionate about being a pro golfer. Passion leads to that I may want to look at either giving that business to somebody if I don't want to sell it, let somebody run it and go try to become a golfer, because that's what makes me happy. Do what makes you happy.
Yep. here's the best way I love that. That's a great question. Or, lead in statement. Look, I used to think like a chess piece on a board. A lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe most of them, be honest. A lot of people playing checkers, right? They're new to the game. That's, you got to start somewhere. But then the next advancement is, hey, if I make this move, that person makes that move. What you just said is something I stumbled upon, and now we teach in an intentional framework. Be the chess master. I don't want to be a queen in a pit. I want to zoom off the board and create the conditions. So I think it was Epictetus, some Stoic, said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." So first of all, don't bury your head in the sand. Don't make excuses. You built the business. You're successful. You did it for a reason, right? Use that same brain to go out there and solve that problem. Like Bruce Lee, be like water. I can't go through it. Okay, then find a way around it, under it, over it, right? It sounds so cliche, but this, I had nothing. I mean, I'm not making that up. But I had a mind, and I dared to use it, right? So I see things others don't. So look at it from another angle is my point. Zoom off the board to the helicopter, get some different guidance, play with it like a scientist, like an experiment, expect and lean into the failure, because that's where the path takes you. And stop denying yourself. If that golfing thing is in you or whatever it is, like, hey, you should write a book. Oh, no. But then it keeps popping up like whack-a-mole and you keep pushing it down. Maybe you're drinking, maybe you're playing games, right? Whatever it may be, stop it. Stop it right now. Lean into it, folks, because that's where I'm living now. Even with challenges, even with, setbacks, I'm like a fish in water. Yeah, the water's turbulent, but at least I'm in water. I spent 40 years on the beach as a fish.
Yeah.
That sucks. So that's
Yeah.
my encouragement, man. Just do you. You didn't get here by accident. Level up. Go next level. Think differently. That's how innovation happens, isn't it?
Yeah. People are struggling. People are challenged. We're challenged every day. I've struggled. I mean, and there's different degrees, and that's not what we're saying, but you've come back from it. I've got stories. You come to my podcast, there's stories of people struggled, homeless, and became a billionaire. Well, he
Absolutely.
was no different. You just took action. You moved forward. I love that. So this is I know you're going to love this question because I'm curious. Give us a story of one of your Hound members, how they've become successful.
Oh gosh.
I know you have
It's like
tons of them. I'm sure.
kid in the candy shop. Oh gosh. I tell you what, in more in general, because there's so many, I can't even get it. Wow. I wish you'd told me that before. Oh goodness.
Okay, that's all right.
There was one person a long time ago, and it's very similar. There's two stories very similar. I'll give you the one. Very deep. This person was assaulted. There was a very bad instance at work that happened, right? Sexual assault. And they didn't open up about that for 20 years. Company buried it. Nobody took yeah. I mean, could you imagine? We're talking about suffering, right? To the next degree. Well, 20 years. And then they go out there and get different degrees and, learn how the mind works. And so they come to the Hounds, right? And this is a reoccurring theme. Something in them is not ready to give up and throw it away. So they come in, last ditch effort. They saw who we are. They're curious. Well, and it has little to do with business initially. So through that ecosystem, through just people feel it before they understand it here. So just that energy, just being around people, realizing, hey, the trust factor here is really remarkable. Well, the long story short to that was that this person opened up about their journey and their pain for the first time through one of our members, one of their podcasts. That is the highest honor. 20 years of hiding it. And then you open up in 2 months because you're comfortable. Oh my goodness, right? And then they came to my show. Well, the stuff they were talking about, I've dealt with some of those personalities, and so it was enlightening to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing I know, man, they are flying across the pond to the biggest platforms, right? They're Cambridge, and all these things are opening up. Now that was before we had tools, fanciness. No, people knew us. That was just us. We just had each other. As corny as that sounds, and from that we evolved, right? And today we got stories and five's not enough, Steve. That's why I'm here. 5 success stories like that a day is not enough. We want 50. We want 500, right? There's a bunch of kids every year with underserved communities without codes. Steve, not even millions, if thousands of heart-centered, high-level professionals, if when we have the time, money, and freedom to do what we want, when we want, for as long as we want, with whomever we want, we can make a serious dent in stuff that matters. So that's why we're here. Hey, let me go build a big old business, solve problems, right? Make money helping other people, and then I can do whatever I want, right? Let me go out there and raise Cain. Let me go out there and make a serious impact in homelessness or equality. That's the driving factor. Right. So hopefully that made sense. But that's the story. It's not business first here. It can be. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But you'll see, you know, people that just they just couldn't let it go. And all we did was amplify. All we did was throw gasoline on that match. And
Right?
now
Yeah.
I'm getting the rewards. It's amazing.
Transformational, not transactional. That's exactly the Hounds. Here's the mantra for the Hounds. I got a tagline that came to me: people helping people. It's the bottom line. That's as simple as that.
Simple as that, Steve.
And maybe it's you, maybe it's, somebody else, other people that are in the group. It doesn't matter. You don't care. If
No.
people are helping people, you're sitting on that helicopter looking over, going thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I love that. We
That's
all
it.
can do that. Build your community. Well, we're coming to the end here. What's Mike's future look like?
Ah, I'm not going to give you the corporate answer. Nobody wants to see my business plan, right? Okay, here's the God's honest truth. Twofold. I pictured this, and this was not easy for me. I had to evolve rapidly in my thinking and my mindset. But one day I just dared to let it go, and what came to mind was we pulled up in a car. There was lots of happy people. Maybe we were at a convention, and my family looked good. They were blown away. I just heard people. And what it was, Steve, was just scores of people that wanted to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for what? Because I had courage before confidence. I had courage to look like a donkey, put a camo hat on to be my original self. And that's caused a firestorm of realness, right? And wow. And then the second thing that make everybody laugh is my daughter. So my daughter was talking about the ice cream truck and how it's never on time. So I talked to her about entrepreneurship. She's 6 years old. And I said, maybe we could do that. Maybe we take over the market. So she goes in the house and says, hey, Mom, I don't need first grade. She said, what do you mean? She said, yeah, me and Daddy's going to get an ice cream truck and take the market. I don't need to go. I said, honey, I'm at college. I don't mean first grade, right? So, but I want to leave a legacy that well after I die, because I don't think my ego could handle it right now. But I want an oil painting in a huge building, right? That's doing so many things out there well after I die. I can see my great granddaughter standing up at the boardroom saying, you know what? Pointing at my oil painting with a camo hat saying, that man, he wouldn't like this, right? I want to break the generational, work hard, never go anywhere. The buck stops here, not just for me and my family, but for every other family out there who is daring to make it happen. I'm sick and tired of seeing people suffering and struggling and me sitting back and hoping someone else does it, Steve. We have an opportunity to build a free enterprise business, greatest country ever, and anybody can do it. And so if I can do it, and hopefully you're watching this on YouTube, look at me. If I'm doing it, oh, I would love to know, why ain't you doing it? And let's do it together if that's what it takes, y'all.
That's it's such a powerful, and I know you're leaving a legacy, because I met 4 or 5 or 6 people that told me I got to meet Mike, and now I know why I had to meet you, and we're so aligned. Let's end with a great fun question. So you got a reservation at a restaurant that I did for you. I reserved a table of 4. You're sitting one of the chairs. So now you've got 3 empty chairs. Who would you invite, whether they're dead or alive, to talk to, get to know, to mentor you? But the most important question is, what food would you order for the table?
Okay. Well, I say you, but you'll think that's just flattery. I don't know. So
We'll
Steve
bring a
Ramona.
second chair. Me and you will sit next
There
to
you
you.
go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that you can see. We'll play 4. All right. I have a wide array of heroes, Steve. So, Muhammad Ali, that's one that I usually go to. I love what he stood for and how he fought against the crowd, and he never lost himself. A lot of times we get successful, ego inflates. It can happen to the best of us. And I just saw that kind of aspect. So I would say Ali for sure. And there's so many, some of them are fictional, right? If King Arthur really existed, oh yeah, that's why we call it Redneck Camelot, right? It's strength of leadership, but it's not about me, right? People are free here. Our power partners, we partner with organizations and communities. So I would say, yeah, King Arthur, let's make him real and put that in. And let's see, the third, I would say, gosh, that's a great one. Not to be corny, but I would go back and bring my grandparents, because without them, Steve, they were the reason I'm probably not, gone in despair. They were really good, upstanding people. They taught me their values, kept me in church at 6. And with that bad childhood, they were a strong rock and anchor. I saw a good example with them. So I would have to bring them just so they would see it, because they would not believe it. I believe they're seeing it, but I would love to see their reaction as they see what their hard work, dedication, and patience with me has become. That they see that legacy that's forming. Well, I'm getting teary-eyed. There's onions in here, Steve. Woo.
Oh, no, that's beautiful,
Man.
because business doesn't have to be your mentors. Your mentors can come from family and friends too. It's a wide array, and I appreciate you. So what are we eating? Since I'm at the table too, what am I eating at the table?
I basically like Garfield the cat. It's got to be pasta or lasagna. That's just my thing. I love lasagna. Who knows why? But yeah, we'll just get lasagna. Plus, you can microwave and bake a bunch
you
of
can do a lot with it.
Because we're gonna need.
Right?
We're gonna need thousands of chairs at this table. I can't just pick 3. We're gonna have to have 10,000. It's just crazy. So,
Amen.
Great question.
Thank you. Thank you for being a blessing. Thank you for being honest, transparent, tell us your story, but really inspiring, motivating, and educating people today. How can people reach out and find you?
Email, old school carrier pigeon, if you can send those. But if not, hey, Mike at redneckfinancialcoach.com. That's the direct link to me. Redneck1, Mike Asherbrander on LinkedIn. I live on LinkedIn, Steve. You know that. And also, you can find us on the Hounds of Business on YouTube. I'm very excited. We got a couple amazing business legends coming in. We got you coming in, so we know that ain't make believe. And but we're mixing the pot. We got up and comers who you will be seeing making a huge impact. And that's the best 3 channels to follow us: LinkedIn, Hounds of Business on YouTube, and send me an email at Mike at Redneck Financial Coach. Because we grew so fast, our websites and everything's being revamped. So just follow me there, and I will keep you up to date, folks.
Well, thank you, Mike. This is a blessing. An audience, subscribing to the YouTube channel. This is a perfect show. Why? He's an absolute gift, because what he inspired, if somebody's struggling right now, this is the podcast you want to share. And yeah, I want subscribers. It's great. Why I want subscribers? Because now you get these podcasts like Mike's, and now you can share them with people struggling, want growth, want to be more fan, whatever it may be. Because you know what? You're making an impact. That's why we have the award we got, because you're all making an impact. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. With that being said, we'll look to see for all of you. Me and Mike want to thank you all, first of all, for coming to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. And we'll see you all in the next episode. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Steve.